So you've got a couple of tools there, a couple of ideas to start off with. This next one is a follow-on from that exercise around people you admire, your heroes, and it's the flip side of the coin. What you really dislike, I'm hesitant to use the word hate, but it may apply, but what you really dislike, what you're really against, can also tell you what's important to you. So what you admire in others can tell you what's important to you, can tell you what your values are, but also what really gets under your skin, if you unpick it and work backwards, can tell you what's important to you. So an example of this is, I was thinking about, what is it that really gets to me? What is it that gets under my skin, that when I see it, it triggers me and I feel angry very fast? And one of the things was, I had a remembrance of working in a company and perceiving that someone was playing favourites around how jobs were given. And it was senior, you know, it was someone with big influence within that organisation. And I really didn't like that. It felt deeply unfair. I thought, well, okay, so is fairness important to me? And yeah, to some degree, but actually not that important to me. As I dug into that and thought about that, it was like, yeah, fairness isn't quite it. And eventually I came to the conclusion, having thought it through and looked at it fairly carefully, that what was really important to me was responsible use of power. It was about someone being in a powerful position and wielding that power responsibly. Now there's a whole bunch of negative stuff there in terms of the story, but once I talked it over with a friend and unpicked it for myself, responsible use of power is a hugely valuable and deeply positive thing, I think, to care about and work for. So the flip side of looking at who you admire or who your heroes are and what qualities they bring, the flip side is looking at what you really don't like and then working backwards to discover what's important to you. Because it's another way of accessing your values. It's another way of recognising what's important, what's most important to you, what really speaks to your heart. And from that could really help you work out what it is you want to do in the world. If you know who you want to be and who you don't want to be, then that makes it much easier to work out what to do with this one precious life of yours. I hope that's a useful flip side to the heroes exercise.